Hello students, today we are going to learn chapter number 2 of class 3 EVS. The name of the chapter is Plants Around Us. In this chapter, we will discuss about different types of plants in different climates and uses of plants. Before we start the chapter, let us know about plants. Actually, what is plants? So students, plant is a living thing that grows under the ground and usually has leaves, a long thin green stem, flowers, buds and roots. Do you know students why plants are important for all living things? As we all know that plants play an important role in our life. All living things, that is humans as well as animals, directly or indirectly depends on plants, because plants gives us oxygen, shelter, food, vegetables, fruit and many more. Now I read the chapter paragraph wise, then I will explain it to you side by side. Okay, now let us begin our chapter. Human depends on plants directly or indirectly for many things. Most of what we have comes from plants. Food, shelter, clothes, medicines, furniture, paper and rubber, amongst many other things, all come from plants. Types of plants. We see different kinds of plants around us. They are different in shape, size and color. Some are big and some are small, some are found on land and some in water. Trees. Trees are plants that are tall, big and strong. They have thick, strong and woody stems called trunk. Trees have a long life and some even live for 1,000 years. The trunk of a tree is covered with a protective layer called bark. Some trees shed most or all of their leaves once a year, whereas others remain green throughout the year. Some common trees are mango, banyan, neem, coconut, gulmor and peepal. So students, according to the paragraph, we get different types of plants around us. That is, some plants are big, some are small, some are weak, some found on land and some in water. Okay, so plants are of 5 types. They are trees, shrubs, herbs, climbers and creepers. Okay, now let us know what are trees. Plants that are tall, big and strong. They are called trees. They have a thick brown colored woody stem is called trunk. Trunk of a tree is covered with a protective layer called bark. They live for many years. So examples of trees are mango tree, banyan tree and peepal tree, etc. Now move on to next paragraph. A shrub or a bush is a small to medium sized hard woody plant. Such plants live for a few years. Some examples are hibiscus, lilac, bougainvillea, rose and lime. So students, shrubs is a small plants. They have short, green, colored, thin woody stem. Okay, stems divides many times to form several thin woody branches, making them bushy. So the shrubs are also called bushes. They live for few years. So examples of shrubs are rose, hibiscus, lime, etc. Now move on to next. Herbs are small and have soft green stems. They live only for one season. Grass is a herb. Some commonly grow herbs are mint, coriander and spinach. Okay, so students, small and weak plants are called herbs. They have soft and green stems. Okay, they live few months only. So some common examples of herbs are tulsi, mint, coriander, spinach, etc. Okay, now move on to next paragraph. Some plants have weak stems that need support to grow. Such plants grow with the help of a stick, a wall, or another tree growing adjacent to it. These plants are called climbers. Some examples are grapevines, money plant, morning glory, and bean plants. So students, climbers are very weak plants. Okay, they have long, thin, and weak stems. They cannot stand straight on their own, so they need a support to stand. Okay, so they have spiral-like special structures are called tendrils. Okay, some examples of climbers are pea plant, money plant, bee plants, etc. Okay, so now move on to next, that is creepers. Creepers are plants with weak, soft stems that grow along the ground. Muskmelon, watermelon, gourd, and pumpkin are some examples. Okay, so creepers is also very weak plants. Okay, and they have very soft stems, and so they cannot stand straight. So they creep along the ground and spread on the surface of an area. Okay, so they usually bears big fruits. So some examples of creepers are pumpkin, watermelon, muskmelon, etc. Now move on to next, that is plants in different climates. Plants need air, water, sunlight and soil to grow. The climate of a place decides the type of soil, water availability and the type of plant that grows in a place. Plants grow in the plains, mountains, forests, deserts and in very cold regions. Plants are found underwater as well. The asoka tree, cotton, neem, wheat and rice grow in the plains. Coconut palms grow in places where it rains often and where there is plenty of sunlight throughout the year. Rainforests grow in places that are hot and humid. In places where it is neither too hot nor too cold, trees such as apple and mango grow in orchards or groves. Dry and thick grasses grow in hot and dry places. Date palms and cacti survive very well in desert conditions. Pine, fir and birch grow well on mountains that are covered by a thick layer of snow in winter. In the Arctic region, plants grow close to the ground. Some plants like duckweed, lotus, lily and water hyacinth are found in water. These plants are known as aquatic plants. So they die when they are taken out of water. So according to the paragraph, students, climate is an important factor for the growth of the plant. So the climate of a place decides the types of soil, water availability and the types of plants that grow in a place. Okay, so plants needs air, water, sunlight and soil to grow. Plants that grow in plains are asoka tree, cotton, neem, wheat, rice, etc. The place where it rains often and where there is a plenty of sunlight throughout the year, the trees like coconut palms grow in that place. Okay? Whereas apple and mango grow in orchards or groves where the climate is neither too hot nor too cold. Okay, and dry and thick grasses that grow in hot and dry places. Okay, and rainforest grows in that place where the climate is hot and humid. So date palm and cacti survive very well in desert conditions. Pine, birch grow well in cold region, that is on mountains. The plants that are found or grow in water is known as aquatic plants. Examples of some aquatic plants are duckweed, lotus, lily, etc. Okay, so now move on to next, that is exotic plants are those plants which are brought from other countries and are growing well in our country. For example, vanilla was brought from Mexico, lychee has come from China, and quinoa from California. So students, exotic plants are those plants which are brought from other countries and growing well in our countries. Okay, so for example, lychee brought from China and vanilla from Mexico, etc. Okay, so now move on to next, that is plants are our friends. Plants are very useful to us. Plants gives us oxygen, food, flowers, shade and shelter. They keep the air fresh and clean by taking in carbon dioxide and giving out oxygen, which is important for the survival of human beings and animals. We get different kinds of food such as fruits, vegetables, nuts, spices, sugar, tea, coffee, oil, wheat and rice from plants. Plants provide us various fibers such as cotton and jute. These fibers are yarns which are woven to make cloth. Coconut and jute fibers are used to make clothes and bags. Coconut provides us coir, which is a special fiber. Coir is used to make mats, rugs and mattresses. Trees such as teak, sesame and mahogany provide us wood for making furniture. Trees provide us medicines. Tulsi, neem, ginger and cloves are medicinal plants. Trees provides many other things like rubber, paint, oil, cream, soap, toothpaste, perfume and varnish. Paper is produced from the bamboo plant. Dyes are produced from beetroot, indigo and henna, mehndi, etc. So students, as we all know that plants are useful to us in many ways. That's why they are called our friends. Okay. So the students, plants gives us oxygen, okay, to breathe, food, flowers, shade and shelter. Okay. Plants also provides us medicines, spices, oil, perfumes, wood which is used for making furniture, fiber such as cotton and jute which is used for making clothes and bags, etc. Okay, so now we have come to an end of this chapter. Now let's go through the exercise portion of this chapter. So students, here are some exercises which I have solved. Okay, so likewise you have to do in your textbook. Okay, but use pencils while you are writing in your textbook. Okay, now let's move on to question and answers. Here all the questions you have to solve by yourself. Okay, and you have to write it in your exercise copy. Okay, thank you.